Moving on to resolving secondary dominants. Here we've got 4 examples. We're going to take up number 1 together, and then I'll ask you to try 2, 3, and 4 on your own, and then we'll go over them together. So looking at number 1 here, we're in G major, we're writing 5, 6, 5 of 5, going to 5. Spelling the steps for spelling are still the same as what we learned in the previous video, and actually resolving is not going to be too challenging because we already know how to resolve 5, 6, 5, and 5, 4, 2, and 7 diminish 7, and 7 half diminish 7. All of that resolution stuff that we've learned has not changed, so that's really lucky. The challenging thing here is just thinking in 2 keys. So if you can manage to think in 2 keys, you're going to be fine resolving, because we've spent tons of time resolving 5, 7, 5, 6, 5, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2 to various inversions of 1, right? Okay, so step 1 is just to spell your secondary chord. So I want to figure out what the root of the chord I'm tonicizing is. So that's 5, right? What's 5 in G major? That's D. Now I'm going to temporarily think in the key of D, and I want to spell 5, 6, 5 in the key of D. I tend to just spell these in root position, and then I'll invert them on the staff later. So 5, 7 in the key of D major. That would be A, C sharp, E, and G. Okay. So now I want to get my bass in, right? The steps for part writing haven't changed. So C sharp is going to be my bass note because it's 5, 6, 5 that I'm spelling. So I'll put that here. Make sure to add my appropriate accidental. Okay, and that's going to 5. Now here's what's going to be really helpful. You want to think as you're resolving in the key, the temporary new key, D major here. So C sharp in the key of D major is solfege T, and T goes to Do, and in D major, Do would be D, right? So that C sharp is going to go up to D in the bass, just like we always have. The leading tone is resolving up, right? Okay, next step is to write a soprano. Remember, we like active notes in the soprano. Again, that hasn't changed. So thinking in temporary new key, this is sol, ti, re, and fa, right? So fa and re are both good choices. I'll just choose re here. So that will be an E in the soprano. And re, I know, normally goes to do in the key of D major. D is do. So there's re going down to do. And then I just need to get my inner voices in. I've got a C sharp and E. I still need an A and a G. So here's A and here's G. Okay, and then I want to resolve appropriately. Thinking again in the temporary key, G is fa. That fa usually goes down to mi, so there's F sharp. Okay, now I've got D, F sharp, and D, right? I still need an A to complete the chord, and A is already there. So there's 5, 6, 5 of 5 going to 5 in the key of G major. And again, to figure out my resolution, right, there's my 7th going down. I just thought in the key of D major, the temporary new key. Why don't you try the one in B minor and pause the video now, try it, and then come back, and I'll take up the one in B minor. Okay, so getting in our key signature here, 2 sharps for B minor. We want to figure out our spelling. 5 in the key of B minor is F sharp, so I'm thinking in F sharp for a second. I'm spelling 5, 4, 2 in the key of F sharp. Okay, again, I'm going to spell it in root, so 5, 7 in the key of F sharp is C sharp, E sharp, G sharp, and B. Okay. If I'm dealing with 5, 4, 2, I want B in the bass. Okay. B is my chordal 7th. Here's sol, ti, re, fa, right? B is fa. Fa usually resolves down to mi, so that B is going to go down to an A. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because in the key of B minor, A is our leading tone, right? Or A is our scale degree 7, and we need it to be a leading tone. So I have to actually raise that to give it a leading tone in the key of B minor. Okay, so that's where the thinking in 2 keys comes in. You got to double check that this other chord here is spelled correctly in your home key. Okay, so there's my chordal 7th going down. Okay, now I need a soprano. I have my B already taken care of, so I can choose C sharp, E sharp, or G sharp. And E sharp and G sharp are both good options because they're active notes. I'll choose E sharp here. That's my leading tone. And so that's T, and it usually goes to Do. Again, thinking in the temporary key, F sharp would be Do. So there's my leading tone going up. Okay, now in my first chord I got B and E sharp. I need a C sharp and a G sharp. So I'll put C sharp in the tenor here and G sharp in the alto. And then for resolution, the G sharp is Re in my temporary new key. That's going to go down to Do. And the C sharp, I've got F sharp, and A sharp. The C sharp can just stay there. Notice here, okay, remember I've been saying Re typically goes down to Do when we resolve 5/7. Sometimes we've seen Re go up to Mi when it's in the bass in particular. And I've said to you a number of times, Re, when we've been resolving like regular 5/7 to 1, Re could go up to Mi, but it's going to cause problems down the road. Here's one place where it will cause problems. So here we have Re going down to Do in our temporary new key. If Re goes up to Mi here, it will go to A sharp, right? And in the key of B minor, A sharp is our leading tone. So you've actually doubled the leading tone if you do that. So you really want Re to go down to Do here. Okay. All right, why don't you pause the video and try the next two? The first one is in F minor. Let me just correct that a little bit. F minor, and the second one is E major, and then I'll show you the answers for these two when you unpause. Okay, here are the answers for the last two. If you have any questions, please let me know.